Hello everybody, Dr. Indominus, Ron Victory here, and here I am joined by...
Golden Thomas, who is joined by.
You're pointing in the wrong direction again. Mm-mm.
All I can see is Kevin's beautiful face. I'm gonna kiss him. Mwah.
Perfect.
You haven't introduced yourself yet,
Who,
Bob,
me?
me. Hello.
Orca, and here we are with actually something to talk about. A actual piece of media to talk about, not us just rambling on for 2 hours. Even though this is going to be us rambling on for 2 hours, but this time it's actually going to be us discussing something.
Huh. I'm a bit new to this, so, what exactly are we here for?
I will melt you,
I'm made of wood.
Just become rich.
but you're gold.
Yeah, golden wood.
Imagine how valuable that would be.
I was going to say that.
Mmm.
You've got to be very rich. Timber and gold.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can make your
Yeah.
own dinosaurs with that.
You can sell your body.
In this context, that sounds very bad.
Boy, that's a joke.
So, we're here to talk about, how was your day then?
Oh my god.
Begone
Seriously.
me, Golden Thomas. I require a thing be born.
Oh!
Don't do the Chris Pratt hand thing. That has a very bad bad stuff happens if you do that. Only
Whoa, whoa,
people
whoa,
do that.
Orca, spoil
Yes.
Kevin, no! You're gonna ruin everything!
He's given us a new message.
Send it.
Shall I post
Bless
it?
us.
Yes.
Do it.
Evan,
We need to see the
send your
text.
message!
Magnificent.
What does it mean? We could sit here deciphering this all day, but we're here to talk about Chaos Theory Season 3!
Yes.
Was that an earthquake?
Better out than in, I always say.
I've already forgotten everything that happened.
I rewatched this yesterday for this recording, and I had to write down notes because if I didn't, I would have forgotten everything.
I have my notes already.
How is it that I'm the dumbest out of the three of us, and yet I'm the one who can remember everything despite watching it once?
I don't know. Like my memory was really good for the recording of the first season, but since then I've noticed that for like the second and third season, my memory has just gone.
For me, 4 letters. Oh my god, my voice. For me, 4 letters. ADHD.
If this is your memory at this age, then I shudder to think what happens 20 years later.
We're all going to be in a nursing home together.
At the age of 40?
Have you seen my dad?
Yes.
He forgets everything all the time.
I've seen a lot of your dad.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Moving on! Let's talk about Season 3, shall we? There's a lot to go through, and I mean a lot.
It's almost like there's 5 hours of television for us to talk about.
What?
Indominus, you can go first.
It was very good. Like, for last 2 episodes, brilliant. Like, the beginning, great. The middle, good. The ending, fantastic. However, specifically, episode 8, on both my watches, I found to be a absolute slog. Like, I started writing all my notes in episode 8 because I got bored.
What happened during episode 8?
I forget.
Yeah.
That's what you have the notes for.
Read the notes out.
None of these are marked to certain episodes, it's just like in general.
Ugh.
My notes are just. A
I'm
bunch of, yeah, my notes are just a bunch of screaming. I think.
In that case, Kevin, come here. I want to use you for something. Because there was a certain scene with a certain little baby where Kenji made him rap, and all I could think of, Kevin, you need to hold still for this. Kevin, you need to hold still for this. Kevin, you need to hold still.
I don't get any traction.
Let me demonstrate. This is gonna be so weird because he's so up close. Yo, huh, DJ Kevin on the mic. Yo, what rapping? I'm terrible rapping. Kevin doesn't hold still long enough for me to do this. That's all I could think of when Smoothie did his little rap.
Magnificent.
Speaking of which, I didn't say my thoughts yet. Yeah, this was peak. This is just fantastic. I absolutely love this. Is everything I ever wanted and more. And it's like, I just noticed a pattern with shows, like all my favorite shows. The peak season is always 3. Camp Cretaceous, season 3 was peak. Hilda, season 3 was peak. Amphibia, season 3 was peak. I could keep going, but then it started getting obscure for you. And then when it comes to other shows, like Owl House and the Ghost of Molly McGee, they never got to reach peak because they never had season 3. Disney axed them too soon.
I mean, at least our house got the specials. At least it got a conclusion.
That's true.
The
That's very true.
specials
But
were
at the same
peak.
time,
The specials
Yeah.
were peak, which
Yeah.
were essentially season 3.
I
But I
remember.
I would have loved season 3 for Owl House anyway. I feel like it just feels like it's peak, but at the same time, it leaves me like we could have had more if Disney actually let the show breathe.
Yeah, because like out of all of the cartoons that have ended, the one that I find myself like wanting more of and kind of missing is the Owl House because Amphibia got a great finale. Gravity Falls ended exactly where the creatives wanted it to end. However, the Owl House, it was butchered, man.
Yeah, we got the rushed version basically. It's kind of like a lot of these shows recently. I can just sort of see where Disney's like, it's not making us enough money, axe it. And it just feels like they're scrambling to wrap everything up when they had stuff that was maybe saved for another season just gets thrown into the second season.
The Owl House
Yeah.
wasn't a money issue.
Well, yeah, I know that, but it's just with other shows. Most of the time, it's money. But Owl House is a very special case of Disney just constantly giving it the middle finger.
Bigotry issue.
I remember when we watched that together. Like, I think it was Orca's first time watching it. Like,
It was your
you
first
cried
time,
at the end.
I deny all allegations of crying.
All I remember is just as one last middle finger from Disney, when the special aired on live television, we got the short ending where it just ends with Luce standing on the shelf saying, "I'm a wizard" or something. And then that's where the show ends. And I'm like, huh, that's a very weird place to end it. And then I watch with you two and see the extended ending, the true ending. Some people won't even get to see it, which made me very angry.
One last
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly. I needed one of you two to say it.
I'll gladly do it.
Wait a second. Isn't this about dinosaurs?
Yes.
We shouldn't be watching. We're not talking about gay wizards. We're talking about gay dinosaurs. Come on.
I guess that's one way to translate it.
They're putting chemicals in the water.
Excuse
That
me,
turned the
we
freaking
have-
dinosaurs gay.
We have
So-
Sammy. We have Sammy and Yaz in it who break.
Yeah,
up.
but they aren't dinosaurs.
That's what you think.
Plot twist, Sammy was a dinosaur this whole time.
Considering how she was treating Brooklyn, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Is that where we're starting? Is that what we're starting with?
I
Can I-
guess we're starting with the human characters.
Yep. And I was correct about the kill you gays trope.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm calling a red herring. They're gonna get back together in season
did.
4.
They did in my
Oh, I
eyes.
guarantee it.
Yeah, it's class. This is a classic Jurassic trope ever since the first movie. The divorced couple gets back together because of dinosaurs. I probably could have worded that better, but I'm going with that.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this is gonna go. They're gonna break up this season, and then next season when they reunite, they're gonna be super awkward and whatnot. And then the Giga almost eats them, and then they're like, "Never mind, our love is all that matters."
The Giga is the priest at their wedding.
I was gonna, I was gonna say that the gig is gonna be their wing woman. I'm just staring at a picture of Ben at the moment.
Arn.
Okay.
Oh,
He's the
there
only
he
thing
is.
that's keeping me going.
He just doesn't.
Actually, no, hang on. I need to find a good picture of him because.
Wow, he brightens up the room.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's nice.
Do you think there was like a right or wrong answer to either of their arguments?
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. On my first watch of the show, I thought that was extremely forced. But however, on my rewatch, I actually understand why they fell apart. Like, they both have valid point of views. Like Sammy, understandably so, isn't that bothered about Brooklyn anymore because Brooklyn isn't making any effort to reach out towards them because Brooklyn has done so much to them that like Sammy's done. But
Faked her
meanwhile,
own death.
yeah, but, but meanwhile, Yaz still has hope in her. She still understands about what Brooklyn might be doing and why she might be doing this, and that there's stuff going on that they might not see. They both have extremely valid point of views, in my opinion, and that's what makes their clash understandable.
I think it's also like their relationship has always been a little bit on the rocks, to be honest, since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we first saw them again, they're
They were separated because
yeah, physically.
Yaz was somewhere.
Yeah.
Therapy Island.
Trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's that portrayal on top of Brooklyn trauma. I mean, a death is a trauma.
I mean, yeah, it was for them.
And yeah, death is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got to hear your points of views because I was just on Team Yaz because bias.
There.
I mean, if you still wanted to have like that argument, some people would, or at least I can see an argument for Sammy's the one who's the most willing to keep the family together, and she's the one who tends to.
Okay, but the way I see it, from Sammy's point of view, it's kind of like she's always been the one trying to put everything together, but then this is just pushing her limits. Like her family has left her, Yaz left her for a while, Brooklyn left her, and now she's just like Indominus said, she's done. She can't do it anymore.
Yeah, like I don't think it was poorly done. I do have to admit, I probably would need a second viewing of it.
You know, when we started doing this, I did not think that this would be the first topic.
Yeah.
In that case, I kind of want to talk about like in the same episode that broke up the gay couple, they also strengthened the bromance. There's like of course Kenji going through the times. He's mad at Ben for lying, the usual thing. But then I thought it just kind of feels like they did this at the beginning of Camp Cretaceous season 4 as well. So it just feels like here we go again. We know they're gonna make up. So like yeah. And eventually it's just like they bonded over the baby. They gotta protect the baby.
The baby, he's so cute, the baby.
I really like what they did with Kenji this season. They finally gave him some time to rest because, like, what? How much has happened to him in like the last week? Like, his father's died. He's been chased by dinosaurs 24/7. He's found out Brooklyn's still alive. He has been through so much, and he's lost so much around him.
Mm.
Like, in fact, for now, but when he has movie, he's understandably very protective over him, and I think what goes on with his character in this season, with Smoothie, with Gina's Nana, I think everything that went on with them was great. Like him finally learning that hey, it's okay to care, it's okay to take a break, it's okay to trust other people.
I also like that in his perspective, when they're all planning on who should go save Brooklyn or who should go home, he was very realistic about it. He was calm,
Yeah.
collect, because now that he's had the time to actually be like relaxed, he was able to think calmly and tell Darius in a very mature way, "You go save Brooklyn. That's a great thing to do. That is the perfect thing. You should do that." I, on
Hmm.
the other hand, just can't right now. But I
Hmm.
want you to go. He was very calm and mature about it, and they're good brothers.
Hmm.
I like that scene a lot.
Yeah. But then we do move on to like Alfred Myth. This is like one of my main critiques of this season is that every character here has like great character work, except Darius. Darius has felt very stagnant over the last two seasons. He does have like I'm trying to think. He does like he does have like a little bit of stuff in this season, especially when it comes to him like going out of his way to defend Brooklyn and go out of his way to see her. But like, not much happens to him. But like, I guess it is
Yeah.
mainly because he did have a lot of work in like season one, and like I understand that like, oh, due to him having a lot of time in season one, him taking the priority then to get the viewers sucked in, he would become less prominent throughout the other seasons, so other characters could get developed more. But however, I think Darius has been like very much been like a hype man over the last two seasons. Like it feels like he's been used to help support other characters and help push them forward, which is great. However, I don't really think he's had a lot to do himself over the last
Yeah.
two seasons.
I think like consistently the strongest is probably Ben, and that's not biased at all.
Are you
It's,
sure?
yeah, I mean,
Just
hey, he does have muscles, so
just before we move on to Ben, do you two have anything to say about Darius?
I think I
I
do agree in terms of like yeah, he's like he was very much the focus in the beginning, especially with
Hmm.
like him trying to deal with the trauma of Brooklyn's death. And
Hmm.
then they find out that Brooklyn, well, he finds out that Brooklyn's alive, and then he's kind of been because everyone else also found out, so it was a bit like drowned out in that sense. So like his main like conflict or his main like character moment has sort of been like in amongst everyone else's. So he's
Hmm.
kind of been forgotten about, and he hasn't really had anything else to do. Like I'm drawing a parallel with Ben. Like Ben was a very similar situation. Like he was another driving force in the beginning, but now his direction has been shifted. But also he was also like the first person to find out about Brooklyn,
Hmm.
and then obviously the conflict there with him finding out before everyone else.
Now that you bring that up, that is a very good point. Like, I never thought about it being like Brooklyn was Darius's main driving force in the first season.
Hmm.
But however, when he finds out that she's still alive, it's at the same time as everybody else, and it doesn't feel as dramatic or that much of a emphasis for Darius and for his character
Hmm.
because it happens at the same time with everybody else. Because, like as you said, like his main thing has been sorted, just just alongside everybody else's at the same time,
Hmm.
and it didn't really stand out.
Yeah.
No further comments. I think you two put it best.
Okay.
Can I talk about now?
It's time.
Anyway, so the that I'm referring to is the grandmother. She put
Huh?
Smoothie out.
Really?
She put Smoothie out in the back garden, and Smoothie ran away. And
She put Smoothie out to pee. It was completely innocent.
She was framed.
I am joking.
Yeah.
I got some comments about that lady too, actually.
I mean,
Oh.
it kind of ties into a character.
She just feels like, again, like out of any character in this show, she feels the most real.
Hmm.
Actually,
Like
anyway,
I said this in on the other video as well. It's just like she just feels way too much like a real, an actual. Well, I said mother back then, but it's actually a grandma, and
Yeah.
it shows. It's all like eat. You too thin. You eat the food. You put the food
I
on
mean,
your plate. You don't talk about this specific subject that I don't like.
like, I do think you do have a point there because, like, I noticed that across this season is that like you can very clearly tell which characters are modeled after actual people and which ones are original. Because, like, for Barry and Sayona, they have proportions that fit that of real actors. However, for like the original characters in the show, due to it being in the medium of animation, they have big eyes. I don't believe Nana is modeled after a real person, so like, why are they so realistic?
maybe there was still a model, like a real life actor that it was based on.
Maybe because like, specifically the skin tones and wrinkles on her are like
I mean,
very realistic. It's almost scary.
like, well, when you're creating artwork, you do reference stuff.
Yeah.
So it's clearly that they referenced. I don't know if they reference a specific person, possibly.
It might have been the voice actor, but I don't know.
It could be. It could be.
It's just like
I
it
can
just
see
feels
that.
like out of like with the dinosaurs. I know they're just behind the screen, but the Nana, I just feel like she could just crawl out of the screen and then force feed you food.
She's the ring. You will die in 7 days.
No, that's not it. It's just like she comes out of the screen and says, "You eat the food. You thin. You eat."
You will be fed in 7 days.
Not 7 days. 7 minutes.
But still think back to Gina, where like Gina's keeping it a secret that she's studying paleontology because Nana hates dinosaurs, even though Gina has a dinosaur jaw in her bedroom. Like it's a big prominent thing on her shelves. She just has like an entire dinosaur jawbone. Like, does that not arouse any suspicions?
Oh, I thought you meant like drawer.
Hmm.
And I was gonna say no, that's a special drawer that no one goes in.
Your laugh was very disorientated, and now it's just cut out.
No, yeah, but you could just chalk it up to ignorance. Like,
Maybe.
she, that could be a jawbone of like.
No,
an
guys,
animal.
it's Dinosaur King logic. She just has to say it's a dog bone.
Exactly. It's just a very scaly dog.
You see, this is the jaw of a pit bull. I don't know why, but like, just chicken jockey just has popped into my head. Ugh.
I need to watch the Minecraft movie. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it, and I'm actually really surprised how much I enjoyed it.
What the?
Both, both ironically and unironically. Like, it's really funny.
Okay.
It
Okay, you made
like
me invested now. I thought it was
like
just gonna be ironically funny.
it's a really good absurdist comedy. It's nuts, and I love it.
I think we need to wait until it's out digitally, and then we need to watch it. I think it'll be
Mhm.
best like when it gets to eventually, inevitably, it'll go to Netflix. So
If
You two can educate me on Minecraft lore then.
hang on, I need to count
Oh.
how many times they kissed.
Uh-oh. It
so
started.
so so we can write down how many times they're gonna stab her.
Oh no.
So do you want to talk about Ben first or Gina first?
I believe that in either case, we have to let Orca go first.
Yeah. So like
Okay, so they kissed like 4 times.
Only 4? Huh.
Yeah, two.
Could've
in the
sworn there was more.
beginning. Well, there was one.
were you
further
counting?
on. I have them all screenshot. I have every single one screenshotted, and everyone me having a knife out, ready to stab her in the face. There was one super romantic one though. He lifted her up.
That was at the
You-
very end, wasn't it?
You're just going, God, I wish that was me.
Shut up! Don't get jealous. Don't get jealous. And then,
I'll fully admit, I expected more fire
what do you mean?
from you.
Oh, I haven't even started.
Good.
So,
Oh, she broke Bumpy's egg.
still going on with that, huh?
I remembered what I was going to say about the Nana.
Go on then, go.
Speak before it leaves.
I really like that they didn't do what we predicted and have both her and Gina be like twist villains.
I don't.
Like
I don't.
like I really like that they were just good people.
I don't.
I mean, I gotta be
Also,
honest, I
she's
was
not a good person.
Normal people, I'll say.
Okay.
I will fully admit I was never really buying that to begin with.
Oh, yeah,
But I just went
me
along with
neither.
it because it's silly. And it just fits our brand
Yeah.
of chaos theories.
Oh yeah, there was a kiss where they were about. There was a moment where they were about to kiss, but then technology saved the day, so that was good.
Technology.
Saved by the bell, literally.
So, we obviously know Orca's thoughts. Doctor.
I liked Gina and Ben. I thought they were neat.
Orca, cover your ears.
What?
I don't really
What
have that much
the
to say about them. Like, they were neat. I liked them. I didn't mind it.
Now, let me... Run! Run!
But it might have been better if it was New Orca instead of Gina.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so sorry that your invitation to be part of the show was lost in the mail, and they had to get this other woman instead. Unfortunately, I was wrong. She is not a fake Italian. She actually does have the accent.
Sometimes where she talks, like, it sounds like she's like slipping into English. Like, I'm talking like proper like a English accent. Like, sometimes like sometimes on certain words, I was like, "Are you Italian or are you from London?"
Sorry, I have something to confess. It was me. It
Go
was
on.
me the entire time.
Impossible.
No, you didn't do it right. You have to say, you thought it was Gina, but it was I, New Orca.
Well, no, it was me playing Gina. Totally.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta do the JoJo, the proper JoJo meme.
Oh, just do the edit.
初めての相手はジョジョではないこのディオだ
Fine, give me more work. It's not like I had a bunch of videos planned for Thomas's 80th anniversary, but now I have to shelve most of them because of this.
Who cares about Thomas turning 80?
Excuse me, that is half my childhood right there.
He's an old man. Leave him alone.
I know he's an old man, and I look up to him. Now remember, you too can watch these videos on my channel, Zane Reborn 2.
I mean, I have to give you something for this.
Money. Give me all the monetary value of this.
No. It'll be like 1p at the very most.
Anyway,
What
where
were
were
you
we? Are we
saying?
finished with Gina? Did we say everything?
Sorry, I got distracted by Ben.
Hmm.
Sorry, I just have pictures of him on my phone. It's great.
Is there much else to say about Gina and Ben? Could have sworn we would have had more,
I mean,
but we don't.
I can go on. I can go on.
Yeah, but then we'll be here all day, and I'll have to edit out most of that. So mostly, Gina and Ben is just like, it just feels like a very, one thing, Orca, cover your ears. One thing when they were describing their first date is just like, it doesn't feel like a very, like, overly romantic. It's just, he proposed to her with a macaroni made from a boot.
Wait, were they engaged?
It was from a boot. It was from a mug.
Wait,
That's not much better.
wait. Did they get engaged?
No.
I'm just saying, they got their first date was coffee macaroni.
If they got engaged,
Maca-
I would be...
That sounds
Mac and
vile.
coffee. Oh, you want vile food combinations? Chocolate sushi.
What?
When one of the cruises I went on, the final day at the buffet, chocolate sushi. It was terrible.
Chocolate sushi.
It was horrible.
Is that...
Where was this cruise based? Like the country where it came from?
Pretty sure it was the USA.
Yep,
sense.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, you're extremely overexposed at the moment.
Remember, kids, if someone offers you chocolate sushi, say no.
Did you not hear me
It's
saying
so
your
worse.
It's so right.
Tank, for the last time, stop bringing me up to tennis ball games and then throwing me back when you realize I'm not the right one.
Come, my child, I need to play tennis.
You keep sending me back because I'm not the right ball.
I think you'll do.
Oh wait, it's getting it
Oh,
just gets
it's
brighter.
back.
How do I fix this?
I'm very indecisive.
Oh, okay. Well, while Tank continues to decide on whether or not she wants me for her game of tennis, I suppose we should move on to probably the MVP of the season, Brooklyn.
I love Brooklyn this season. I thought she was great.
I
Like-
loved her as well.
Like, I'll fully admit, I didn't really care for her in Camp Cretaceous, but like here, I think she's my favorite character. I think she's great.
She's a good second. She's a good second for me. Like, honestly, in this season alone, she like ranked up. She absolutely
Yeah.
f***ing slayed at the end. Holy shit. She
And
was
her
like,
voice actor does such a good job.
honestly,
She's great.
She's like, she pulled herself out of rubble. What a
Mhm.
fucking queen.
She threw hands this season, and she didn't even have both hands.
She threw her
Actually-
entire arm.
Actually, I do actually have two notes about her. It's that, do you know that scene where Brooklyn is with Ghost and like she's like using him to scare Davy? Is that his name?
Dobby.
Dobby.
Yeah, one of those.
Like, that scene was great. Like, where she's like essentially confronting Ghost, the animal that caused the way that she is now. Like, she has control over her, and like that's clearly affecting her. Like what am I having to do this? Like, am I becoming what I hated? And like, and there's one shot in particular, like after Brooklyn strokes Ghost's head, where like Ghost looks towards the camera like like this. Like, it gave me big Kevin vibes. And I remember my first time watching that. I think I started to go a little bit mad because in that scene, mentally, I was talking to Ghost like she was my dog.
Show us.
Get gal.
Man, she threatened Dobby twice with like first with Ghost and then with Leonard. Actually, no,
Oh,
Leonard came first.
and those shots of Davy in the cage with Ghost just like in his face snarling was brilliant. Oh, it's so terrifying.
what Dobby sees.
Yeah, those moments were really good.
Yeah, that was
Fucking- I don't
that
know,
was
I just
high
really
tension right there.
Yeah, I just love the tension and everything. It was just, I don't know, it was just really well made.
Although I will admit, I do have a critique here because due to how much I've liked the character, I want to look into like how prosthetics are done and their representation in media. So like I've watched a few videos of like people with missing appendages talking about what life is like having the disability and how it's represented in media and how they think it can be improved and inaccuracies that lie within it. And like for the most part, for what I know, Brooklyn does a good job at that. But something that I have learned from what I have observed, it may be different depending upon the operation that they had and where the cutoff point is. But like from what I have seen, from what I know, it seems like most amputees can't manually rotate their hand. From what I know, it seems like they have to adjust the angle of the hand by hand. They can do their fingers, that they can grab and hold, albeit it can be very hard to do it and you do have to learn. In at least with our technology today, they can't articulate it. And in the beginning of the show, that's done extremely well. Like, I've never seen moments where like it's where you see it twist. But there are small moments, subtle shots later on in the season where you do see like the hand like starts to bend backwards, where like you see it do certain notions, like the scene with Davy, where he's in the cage with Ghost. When Brooklyn notices him to for him to give her his phone, in that moment, her hand kind of goes like backwards to like a notion, like, "Hey, give it to me." In the medium of animation, that movement is important to convey to the audience and to the characters what Brooklyn wants. But however, from what I know, amputees wouldn't be able to do that.
There is a possible debate though, because
Go
we
on.
are working with technology that's more advanced in this universe. The fact that they can bring back dinosaurs, there is
X.
there is a possibility that um, disabled prosthetics. That's it. Prosthetics could be like slightly better designed. This one seems to be very lab grown, although I would personally prefer one more realistic. Um, but there
That
is a
is
possible in-universe explanation.
that is why I said based off what I know of technology today. However, it's something that I've learned that like because like you know how like with people with and you know how characters with like autism, like a lot of the time in media they are glorified they are essentially going, oh, these people are great. Oh,
Infantilized.
they are
In-
groundbreaking. Oh, these are geniuses.
infantilized.
Yeah, thank you. Another thing that I've learned is that like the thing can happen with people with prosthetics. Like something I've learned of is that there's a trope where a character gains a new arm and they don't act like they have it. A example is like Bucky from Captain America. He has a robotic arm. However, however, it articulates normally. Like you forget he has a robotic arm
Yeah.
because it acts so well because it's so efficient. While yes, you do have the in-universe explanation of this is a sci-fi world. They have different technology. They have more enhanced technologies, so it can do that. However, how would that reflect on somebody who actually has that disability?
Yeah.
Somebody who looks at the screen and goes, "Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish they actually treated somebody who has my disability like they were me."
Yeah. I mean, it's very common with disabled people that
Hmm.
um, their disability is used as a story crutch or
Hmm.
something within the narrative. But as soon as it becomes irrelevant to the narrative, it's usually written out in the sense that they're sort of treated as if they aren't their disability is sort of removed from the narrative. I
Hmm.
mean, um, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, like a example in a video that I watched is that somebody used Adventure Time as an example. Like, I'll fully admit, I've never watched it, but from what I've heard, apparently, well, spoilers for Adventure Time, by the way. Is apparently, Finn loses his arm sometime in the show, and like he has a ghost-like arm that's apparently powered by anger, and like and the person who I watched actually liked how that was done because it showed Finn changing as a character. But however, apparently a few episodes later, he does just regrow his actual arm, like out of wood, like like from what I saw from the visuals. It's like his arm's like surrounded by like a tree trunk. He takes bark off, and he has this normal, and he has his arm as if he never lost it. Like
Yeah.
imagine if you were a disabled person who had a missing arm, and you related to the Finn due to him missing an arm too, only for him to miraculously regrow it. Albeit he does lose it again later on. But like, just like imagine how that must have felt.
Your disability is convenient to the
Yeah.
narrative, and then as soon as it's not convenient, oh, they get over it. Whereas in real life, no, you're just stuck with that.
Hmm.
Like,
Like,
I was sorry,
oh,
I was trying to like think of other examples, but I do have to admit I can't really think of much else. Is there any
mhm.
like autistic characters that we can think of?
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Donatello is autistic.
Yeah, but he's autism coded. It's never actually said in the show that he's autistic.
Yeah,
While he does
Wow.
have while he does have those qualities, and it's great that they're given those, and it's great that they're given those off. But it's like it's never said in the show going, "Oh, you have autism."
All
yeah,
right,
And like,
then in that case, I can think of another. Unfortunately, I have to talk about All Engines Go.
yeah, because I heard there was like a autistic character in that.
There is. It's a brake van. His name is Bruno, and he doesn't like loud noises. And from the clips I've seen of him, when he's talking to characters, he's never looking them in the eye. His eyes are going everywhere.
Mhm. Like the only example of good confirmed representation that I can think of is his actual name has escaped my mind, but like it's a character from Community. I've I've forgotten his actual name. I do know that I do know that like it's confirmed that the character does have autism, and from what I know, it is at very least somewhat hinted towards in the show, as in like it's said in like a manner where like, hey, this character is autistic, but they don't actually use the words
Okay.
like,
I think
but like
I
that's
think
cause. Go on.
I think I should have reworded that as autist confirmed autistic characters.
Yeah.
Um, basically, what point I was trying to make, I was trying to find an example, but perhaps like, but I don't know if there is actually an example with autism. To be honest, I mean, to be honest, I might just drop this point entirely because I can't actually draw from example. My main point, I was trying to draw from a point that there could be conflict with a character or a learning experience with a character having autism, and
Right.
then like the next episode they're just like
No.
normal.
As
Yeah,
as if it never happened.
yeah. And although I feel like that has happened, but I can't think of any examples.
Hmm.
But literally the only things that are coming to my brain are like just bad autistic representation or
Mhm.
heavily coded characters but never confirmed.
As you can tell, I don't have the disability of losing a appendage. But from what I have seen and know, Brooklyn isn't that bad of a representation. Because like even in the show, you can see Brooklyn like learning to use her new hand, or like when she's drinking the water, she's learning to use her new arm, and she squeezes the bottle too hard. Like that is a thing that people with missing arms go through. But I do wish we did have more moments like that. Like I did like how like when she was this is going to sound awful because I was just about to use the word disarmed. But when she was disarmed by the handler, it did feel like a part of her was taken away, weirdly enough. Like it did feel like she did start that she did become more vulnerable, I guess.
Yeah, but I kind of
She
get what you
was.
But
mean, but at the same time, I don't know if that's ableism.
I
yeah,
think she was
because
screwed either way.
yeah, like I'm treading on very thin ground here because like
Yeah,
I'm not an expert. That's why I'm saying it here. But like it does seem like that throughout the season, Brooklyn is doing a lot with her new arm. She's really getting used to it. And at a certain point, it does seem like she's starting to rely upon it. However, when it's taken away, it does feel like that a part of her is taken away too. Like I don't know what that implies. I don't know how that would affect people who have the disability, and I don't know the actual depths of the character that could imply. But like, it's just something that I noticed.
I think we could relate tiny bit
Yeah,
with in term the reason why we're talking about this so much is because we want more disabled um, representation, and we can
yeah,
draw parallels slash relate to those like the experience of wanting more of that, even though this isn't our disability.
mm,
I was like 10, 20 minutes talking about Brooklyn's hand.
Oof.
yes.
We just spent all that time talking about the hand, and then I'm here like, just like, yeah, she's great and all, but the hair, the haircut. I still can't get over the haircut.
What?
I've gotten used to the hair. I don't mind it.
Protect
Yeah,
protect his her hair's fine.
All right,
likes
all
it.
right. I'll concede. To avoid poking the orca, I will concede.
I did touch on this earlier, but like, I think the voice actor does a extremely good job as Brooklyn.
I'll be honest, I
Like,
can't. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but I can't tell that it's a different voice actor from.
yeah, same.
Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that what they're going for?
I will say, in interviews, she does talk the exact same as she does in the actual show. So like, I think that's just down to her accent.
It might be called, mind you, just generic white girl American.
Yeah, like, it's gone to the point where like when I imagine a voice actor for Brooklyn, I don't imagine her original voice actor.
Hmm.
I imagine the Chaos 3 voice actor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree.
Oh, that
Okay.
seems to be all about Brooklyn. We spent a lot of time about Brooklyn, so I think it's
Mhm.
time we move on to the next character.
Like, we only have side characters to talk about now. Like,
Now it's villain time.
yes, now is Sayona time.
Yeah,
I
Santos, get over
actually-
here.
I have to
Go
admit,
inside, Ben.
I don't know. I really liked Sayona. And can I have my moment? Can I have my moment?
Go on.
I predicted it.
Yes, you did.
I predicted the Dominion tie-in. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. But you guys didn't, so you.
What? I didn't. I had no thoughts on it. It was him. He was the non-believer. Orca, you gotta keep going. You gotta rub it in like when he rubbed it in about the eggs.
Oh,
You gotta make him remember this moment.
remember she changed into her Dominion fit sleigh.
You're very bad
Fine.
at this.
Yeah, I don't
orc-
I don't rub in people's faces.
What
I
kind of
hope
an orca?
not.
What kind of an orca are you that doesn't gloat?
Sorry.
I guess I'll talk right now. I really enjoyed watching Santos this season. Like how she's like the calm. It's not like the Camp Cretaceous villains where it's like, I'm so evil. I'm gonna do evil things. This one's like very calm, collective, very composed. Only one time she got angry and she took it out on a TV. It's just like I just enjoyed watching her the whole time. And then and also when she's talking with Brooklyn, it just feels kind of genuine. Like she genuinely believes Brooklyn is on her side. Which is like, I don't know, take that as you will, that she's being fooled by Brooklyn. But like Brooklyn's a
I do
grown up
have
at
to
this point,
admit,
so like
I'm surprised that she actually did believe Brooklyn. I always thought that she sort of knew that Brooklyn was going to stab her in the back.
I guess her focus was mainly on the handler though. Like, that's the one she had to worry about. So like, yeah, Santos. I enjoyed watching her, and then she comes to the Dominion fit. I'm like, oh, she's wearing the outfit, and she has the hair and everything.
It's the thing.
It's the thing.
She did the thing.
And then there was
It's
whole,
the character I know.
Owen.
That's one thing I love about this show that made this so peak, is that it showed us what happened afterwards. Because like Dominion, there was this amazing thing going on, but we had to push it aside in favor of angsty teen rescue.
Yeah,
I mean, like
we only saw a very tight perspective in the movie.
And then it's almost like they were saving it for this show.
I know.
The show, it's like they knew that Chaos Theory was going to cover this eventually. And then it's like, it's so cool. Because, like, we get to see, it's the extended edition of my favorite scene of Dominion. It's just like, we see Owen escape, and it's like, oh, does Santos get arrested? But that's so anticlimactic. But nope, she just blows up Barry. She had a bomb in the container. And then we just see her and Red running across the street. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
And the final shot of her. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that is, oh, just like,
And the music too. It was starting to give me like Incredibles vibes.
oh, it's just peak. And then,
was so
and then
good.
she just throws down with the handler.
I know, gets into a proper fist fight.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. So the handler's the white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Just thought
She has
we
an
could-
official title now.
I thought
we're
we
still
would
calling
use
her.
name.
We're still going to call her the white woman because
Oh
it's
my
funny.
God. She actually like she became a thing in this season, if that makes sense. Like she was a
Yeah.
presence, but like
She
no
start-
backstory
sh-
or anything.
She became a character instead
think
of a
so.
threat.
A
Yeah.
creature. Well, she's still a creature, but like,
I don't
now
think-
Instead of just
Had a
being a
bit more-
ominous force.
she had a bit more humanity than we gave her credit for. Actually, no, we were spot on. She did have a familial bond with those raptors.
Yeah. And that, mind you, I do like that we sort of saw that side of her character.
Hmm.
Also, can I just say she spoke one word and blinked 72 times.
She blinked more than she spoke.
I'm not, oh, okay. While you were watching the show, I was watching it. I was watching it at the same time. Like, I was syncing my episode up with your reactions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like but I couldn't tell when you were pausing to make your comments.
Right.
So like, when you said that she blinked 69 times, that was when she died for me. So like, there was like a solid 10 seconds there where I thought the handler blinked 69 times in the entire show. That would have been perfect.
No, that would have been nice.
Noise. She tried to do. The thing
There's the
is, though,
culprit.
I don't know. I don't know if it was just me, but when that moment happened, I just laughed because it was so shocking. I found it's like shock humor because I also saw it as a bit of parody. It wasn't
I
really parody,
completely
but
understand.
but it kind of looked like it was like some form of satire, as because she was trying to do the Owen Grady thing.
I will say, I do completely understand why you got that because like the timing there was very similar to the timing that you used to build up a joke. Because like the build up for horror and comedy is nearly identical. Where like you build up tension in a horror scene and you set up the punchline for a joke for both of them to climax with both a scare and a joke. They both act very similar. And therefore they're edited very similar too. Like in this scene in particular, I can very much see it here, where like some people will be horrified,
Like
and the other
us.
half will laugh.
Like Orca.
Yes.
Look, I'm just a sadistic bitch.
Just one more thing about Sayona. I will admit, on my first viewing of the show, I did find all of the Dominion tie-ins to feel a little cheap. Everything that tied in with Dominion felt like fan fiction to me. Like, it didn't feel real, it didn't feel official. However, when I rewatched it, it worked a lot better. Like, now that I was expecting it to tie in, it worked seamlessly, and I loved it.
Okay,
I
so-
see.
so
It's just
you
from your
had-
mindset of this isn't gonna tie into Dominion.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
So your second viewing was like my first viewing because I was like, this is gonna tie into Dominion.
Also,
It started. They arrived in Malta, and then when Dotson appeared in Malta, I was like, called it. And then yeah,
but the most criminal thing that's done with Sayona ever season is that they play chess wrong.
really.
Yeah, like, they
I don't-
move some of the pieces the way I don't think they're supposed to move.
I don't play chess, so I wouldn't know.
I used to. This is why I'm saying I think. Because,
Right.
like, there's the tower piece. It's thick, it's like a medium size, it's like a proper, like, tower.
I'm gonna call him Castlehead.
That thing can only move forward.
Castles can't move.
Unless it gets to the opposite side of either board where it can move diagonally. But in the scene, you can see Siona move the tower sideways, just like any other piece. Like
I
I
know.
don't think you can I don't think you can do that.
No, I think you can. But it's the rook.
That's the rook.
I think they can move up and down and left to right, but in a row.
I'm not. I'm not sure because, as I said, this was a long time ago,
Right.
and even then, I am going off like a. I'll fully admit, I was so much of a nerd. I had a chess app, and like on the version that I played, the that piece could only move forward, just like the versions that I played when I was at school. Because like even then, something else to add is that like
Yeah.
is that at the end of the scene, she gets in checkmate, even though she can move. She isn't in checkmate. Like she can move up and be out of checkmate, and like theoretically, then the queen would move again and get stuck and become checkmate yet again. But however, then she could take the piece, move it again to either the left or the right. Then the queen would move into that position, and then there would have been a piece behind the queen, so Brooklyn could have killed the queen.
Bruh.
She could have won.
I thought you said smart people played chess.
I can confirm that I was correct. The rook can move horizontally and vertically.
At any time.
It has to be one or the other in one move, and it can go any number along either horizontal or vertical, but
Right.
it can't. But it can't jump over any pieces.
Yeah. Just shows how long it's been. It was like 5 years ago now.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Go on.
Go on then.
You can talk about him.
Ah, finally.
He sounded
So,
like he was holding his
Dotson-
breath this entire time.
He was. You just interrupted him.
Some things never change.
Okay,
So, anyways,
where's the mute button? Okay, so Dotson.
I've gone on Titans Uprising because this has just taken too long.
You play Titans Uprising?
Yeah, because it's my job. I need to get the
What? You're-
bios.
Oh.
so Dodson.
Yes, Dotson. Dotson is exactly how I wanted him to be. Just like a dude who only cares about food.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not he doesn't, it's not, that's like his whole thing, but like, there are plenty of scenes where he's like just trying to open things and eat food and everything. It's just, that's it. Like, what are he's asking about the in-flight snacks and whatnot. And then at the same time, he's also getting some business done. He's like, hey, this guy, I want his land. Go kill him.
I will say, I don't know if Dodson's timeline matches 100% with Dominion. Because, like, when we first meet him, he's at Malta. But then afterwards, after 3 episodes, he does presumably go to Biosyn.
So, I'm pretty sure that when Dotson at some point in episode, like midway through or something, like his final appearance or something, he's talking about, I need someone to go kidnap Beta and Macy. he mentions that.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
So,
where it starts. Like, so this
so
show, at
that's
least
when
the
Dominion
first half,
begins.
yeah. In fact, it might even go before Dominion begins. Because then Sayona needs to get in contact with Rain, and Rain has to go
Yeah.
all the way to wherever that place is, and then he
Yeah.
has to spy on Owen for like a day or two.
Hmm.
Oh, I see. So some of those episodes take place before, right? Yeah, because there's probably
Yeah.
a much bigger gap than we realised between some of the episodes in this.
Hmm.
I see.
I will say, I did find out that the voice actor for Dodson isn't the actual actor from the movie, which is odd because I could have sworn he voiced him in Camp Cretaceous.
It makes no difference to me.
I
Yeah.
never
But what
noticed.
about Barry?
Well, to be honest, I actually
Yeah,
wanted to say something about
he was
Dodson.
in this. He was all right.
No, was that actually him? Like his
No.
voice?
No,
Okay. It didn't sound like him at all.
something to add is like this will only affect you and me, Zane. The voice actor of Barry, it's Jazz.
Which Jazz?
Transformers 1 Jazz, but still it's Jazz.
Jazz
Same
was
guy.
in Jazz was in Chaos Theory.
And he's French and it's disgusting.
Jazz was in Chaos Theory. He's like, no, leave me behind. You go, just save yourselves. And then Ben and Dobby just leave, and he's like, no, wait, I didn't mean it.
Ugh, imagine being arrested by a French person.
Ugh, ew.
Oh, wee wee.
Wait.
So white woman, there's just
Yeah.
so like I gotta admit, she kind of stole the show for me. I mean, not like in terms of main characters, of course, I'm very entertained by each and every character, but every time the handler was on screen, I'm like, oh, I'm very interested to see what happens next.
I have to admit, like when I think the first scene of her in the season was very good. It was very intense. Although I did think she was gonna kiss the dude.
I think like the moment she walked up, I was just expecting her to go. Mwah.
There was a weird romantic tension between them.
I'll fully admit, when I saw this scene happening, I was still on the part of like, what if the Gina and Nana are evil theory is actually possibly true, like Orca said. And I see this at the beginning, and I'm like, oh, that's how it's gonna work. This man is Gina's father, and he's being held captive, so that's why Gina and Nona have to turn them in later. And I was wrong. He was just a dude.
It was just a dude.
He was just a dude at the beginning.
who
Like, I
kissed.
really liked the beginning. Because, like, it gave a reason why you could use dinosaurs. Because, like, to actually have, like, a creature full up in your face, threatening ya, like, that's gonna be very quiet, very stealthy, very threatening, and probably a lot more stealthy than, like, a loud gun.
I mean, there are silencers, but like,
They don't actually work like what they are in the movies. But even then,
Yeah.
we probably still haven't technology that can kill someone silently.
Poison.
I've seen Nana. But then again, I've watched it like 1,000 episodes of Detective Conan to know that no matter what you do, the police can find out who the killer is, no matter what method you're using.
Yeah, every time I watch Death in Paradise, even if they're drunk off their tits in the Caribbean, they can still find out who the killer is.
Thank you.
Well, this topic is getting uncomfortable. I will admit, like, the white woman started to become a little, like, she was still intimidating, but a lot less scary to me, because like I started to see like the nurturing side of her a lot more. Especially with her and Santos, and like there's a lot of tension between her, Santos, and the Raptors' loyalties that go back and forth, especially with like how they're like cuddling her, and then she points the laser, and all of a sudden the Raptors, you know, they do what they were trained to do. Get angry at the laser.
It's obvious that the goal of the season was to humanize her, or was to make her
Yeah.
be more human by having her have different expressions, by having her blink more, by having her be stressed about the potential loss of the Velociraptors. Those emotions humanize her. But meanwhile, in every other season, she hasn't had those. She mainly hasn't had those emotions, leaving her to be a horrifying blank slate.
The moment when she was going to like kill Dobby and Brooklyn, or mostly just Brooklyn, I was just like, this is a woman who has killed even before she had the Atrociraptors.
Yeah,
This is a professional assassin. She doesn't, if she wanted to, can you imagine how short the show would be if episode 1, instead of the Atrociraptors breaking in, she just breaks the door down and then snaps both of their necks?
Oh my
God.
That would be Chaos Theory. Ends on episode 1. Or this would be a very different show where it just follows the white woman going on her murderous path. Then the next episode is she goes all the way to Texas and then
would
she
watch
kills
that.
Sammy. And then she goes to Dinosaur Island and kills Yas. And it just one by one we watch all of these characters die and
Actually, that's a point.
all over in one
were-
season.
Why were the camp crew why were they-
Targeted?
Yeah.
I believe it's because Benny Boy here was sticking his nose in places where it didn't belong, which caught the attention of Sayona and the others. So that resulted in them having to go forth and try to eliminate them since they were worried they were going to get in the way. I assume.
Well, the way I interpreted it is that like the only reason they ended up going after the other campers is because they were really only after Ben, because Ben was on Doc Jurassic. He was very much into all the conspiracy stuff. He
And
was-
Brooklyn as well.
Yeah, but as far as everybody knows, she's dead. But like,
Yeah.
they were after Ben, and Ben brought everybody else into this.
Actually, that lines up actually, because if we look back, all of the oh wait, yeah, but then at that point they are associated with Ben, so that's why the Atrociraptors attack. Okay, yeah, I see. Like I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a sucker for like animal human relations. Like, oh, this animal is like my child. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, because like Kevin, I love Kevin, so like that's why I'm drawn to this kind of stuff. So then the whole time I'm like, I felt like she's scary, but at the same time I'm like, oh, I feel for her. I'm rooting for her. And I was actually like as the show was going on, I was actually thought Brooklyn was actually genuinely helping her escape into the night. But at the same time, Brooklyn's still doing her job. Again, the handler has definitely killed people with or without the raptors. So at the same time, I can see why she's also trying to trick her to try and get her arrested as well. Which leads to the Minion tie-in, which is like, now whenever you watch the Minion, you just gotta, I'm just gonna be squinting to see if I can see the white woman in the back of the truck.
I'm not gonna lie. As I said at first, I did find all connections with Dominion a little forced. Like, that was the big standout to me. I didn't like the thought that like, ooh, there's somebody secretly hiding in the shadows. But like, I'm fine with it now, really. But like, due to this season, I'll fully admit I'm going outside of the actual show here and talking about Twitter, where there are people legitimately arguing about the gap between the cages. Because the gap between the cages is slightly bigger in the show, so the white woman can fit through. And like, I have seen legit arguments about it. Like, God, these people are insufferable.
I mean,
I am just so
Yeah,
blessed that I have
'cause-
never touched Twitter.
Good.
good. Stay off of it.
But-
Obviously, the movie didn't plan for any of this.
Yeah.
So it's a slight retcon, yeah, but it's one of those retcons that I think elevate the situation. So it's like, and also it's the most tiniest of details. That's like, who gives a
Yeah. Mhm.
It's not like she jumped out, grabbed Sayona, and dragged her into the truck.
Mhm.
Yeah, like canonically, everything is still together.
Yeah.
There's a but
And then both ladies survived the truck crash.
Yes.
true. And this
Brooklyn
is
being-
this is where my respect for Brooklyn like started to really grow, because I was like, bitch, just clawed her way out of it like a rubble.
And then there's just like a three-way chase. Like Sayona again running through with Red, a white woman like going through, like even like dinosaurs charging at her, but she's just like, oh whatever. I'm just the wall. I become the wall. She calls in Red. I actually no. I'm just gonna end up describing the whole thing. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. The whole
Yeah, it's
the
so
way
good.
the way everything plays out. And then when Red is like, but the boss said, and then the woman just smacks her in the face, just like, no, stop it, no, no, you are mine. I am your mother. How dare you do this?
Oh, was this at the end?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I that bit was so badass. She was just like, shut the fuck up. She closed her mouth. It was brilliant.
I know. Oh, I just love that scene so much. And then
The stance
And then
between
Sayona's like-
technology and the relationship.
it's like a full-on family reunion, and then Sayona's like, I'm about to ruin everything.
I have to admit, I did find it a little goofy that they coincidentally also trained a Carno, but like, it's fine.
Yeah. We can talk about the Carno later, though. Well,
Yeah.
actually, that can be a nice segue eventually. Like, the Carno demon gets 2 kills here. Kills our lore farm, and
Ghost.
I will fully admit, I feel responsible for this death.
How?
Because I got this Hammond Collection Ghost arrived the night before Chaos Theory released. I mean, season 3.
What have you done?
I know. I'm sorry, Ghost.
What have you
It's my
done?
fault. And the whole time, I was just enjoying my Ghost figure, and I didn't even know what I had done until Sunday. It's like, oh my gosh, I jinxed Ghost. She's gone because of me.
How dare you? Honestly, how dare you?
But
As I was
this is where I get
laughing.
into a theory,
Okay.
because there's still something we cannot deny, that even though they humanified her, she is still quite ominous. And at the same time, even after the Atrociraptors are like, oh, everything's gone, and they run away, probably living free and in the wild or something, Sayona herself mentions there are more Atrociraptors.
Yeah.
So, what if there are more handlers? What if she was not the only one, and she really is a Biosyn creation, and there's just multiples of her? Are we, in season 4, are we going to see a white woman army?
Potentially, because I did have that theory. I had that theory in the first season,
Holy shit. That is intense.
but
Oh, it didn't pick up. Whoa.
but I wouldn't be surprised if she did just turn out to be like a normal person. Well, normal. Because I listened to a interview with the showrunner, and he did say that they did think about a theoretical backstory for the white woman. But like any time they did try to put it in or theoretically think of one to put in, it ended up bogging down the show and the character. So like it got to a certain point where they were like, oh, let's just leave it to the imagination. And he did say that he just pictures the white woman as just somebody who prefers animals over people.
Okay, I see. So,
I
no
can see
clone
that.
army.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
at the same time,
it's
I
something
like
to think about.
I like the logic behind that. It's like, that gives the three of us the free range to just continue, because as we said, every time we do this, all our thoughts are just on the white woman. That's all we do.
Mhm.
So it'll just be fun to like. Now we can just say whatever she wants. She used to be like, I don't know, some person lived in the USA, and of course the USA is full of people, and she doesn't like people, especially these people. So she ran away to Biosyn and started raising baby raptors. She saw Owen and said, "What he can do, I can do better." And she absolutely 100% did it better than he ever could.
As a child, she went to Jurassic World, saw Owen Grady do his thing with
As
the
a
raptors, got incredibly jealous. Obviously the park shut down, grew up, and then was synthetically cloned in Biosyn.
as a child, I yearned for the Raptors.
I just wanted to talk about the placement of Biosyn. Like, it was kind of
Yeah.
revealed where it was, which is in, like, northern Italy. Which I don't
Well-
think it was going to be, but then it kind of makes sense.
Well, I already knew it was in the Dolomites. Like, we already had a confirmed location of where it was.
I don't even know what the Dolomites are.
Same.
That sounded like a dessert.
I'll fully admit, I didn't even know Malta existed until Dominion came out. But like, I didn't know the Dolomites were in Italy. Like, I thought it was in like the Netherlands.
The Netherlands are, like, notoriously flat.
Are they?
Yeah, I think. But they're, like...
Just goes to show
they're
how
like-
much I know.
It's a country
Geography.
that's, like, perpetually being flooded, and the country had to build more land because, like, they were losing it to the sea. As well as Denmark. Denmark is incredibly flat.
But like, if I knew the Dolomites were located in Italy, I would have guessed Bielsen like in our last video. Because like, if it's right there, it's gonna be involved.
We're talking about Biosyn, I kind of just have to talk about the Pyroraptor real quick. And just like, I just find it funny that it ran, like, after getting harassed by what's the word, snowmobiles, it decided to run all the way back to Biosyn. All the way back.
I did find that a little bit goofy. I just thought that the Pyroraptor was, like, enclosed at Biosyn.
Yeah.
But now it kind of suggests that he was actually in a wild,
hmm
which was a
Well,
bit weird.
it is implied that the Pyroraptor just escaped, and they just have really bad security.
Like, can you imagine after Dominion? The scene would play out so much differently. It's like, it ran all the way back to the mountains, and then Owen and Kayla, they just hear it, and then instead of it looking intimidating, it's just like, give me a second, guys. Oh, hold on. I'll be right with you. I just ran like, give me a, can you stay right there? I'm gonna take a nap. Oh.
Proceeds to, like,
Because like,
jump in the water and then just pop out and go like, yo, what up?
at the end of the season, we do see Kenji and Sammy just walk into Bowson Valley. Like, I understand their security is bad, but it can't be that bad because in that case, dinosaurs can just wander out.
Perhaps they're
assume-
not. I'm gonna interrupt. Perhaps they're not in the valley just yet. They're at like the very border of the valley. Like maybe it's possible even the mountains themselves where the Pyroraptor was technically wasn't. Was it? No, wait. That doesn't make sense because the pteranodons and whatnot.
Yeah,
Unless the more I think about it, the more it doesn't make sense.
yeah.
I thought Biosyn
Like-
worked as in there was like inhibitor pit like chips in the dinosaurs and they couldn't go beyond a certain boundary, or there was invisible fences. I don't know which one's which. I think it was
The
The
Pyroraptor,
way,
the first one.
the way I,
the Pyroraptor pulled an Indominus and removed its chip.
the way I always interpreted Bowson is that like the natural landscape is what kept everything contained. Like due to the tall mountains and harsh winter-like environment beyond the hills. My thought process was, oh, that environment is too tough for any creatures to survive. So therefore, everything stays inside, inside the valley, enclosed, safe, warm. But however, from what we see here, it just looks like the Pyroraptor can just walk out.
Yeah, like I think
Du-
I think I just assumed with Biosyn from what was in Camp Cretaceous, and plus
Mhm.
I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but like it was like more alluded to more in Jurassic World Evolution. Like when you go to Biosyn, you unlock quote unquote invisible fences. Um, I swear there was a
But
moment in the movie that it was explained that they won't go beyond a certain point because they're chipped. Like, how did they got all the dinosaurs into the actual building in the crisis?
I'm
How
like,
did
they
they
do
do
establish
that?
that they have chips to give them certain signals,
That's what,
but
yeah.
I don't know if that's referring to like the actual distance and where they're allowed to go. Like, I can't remember if I can't remember if it applied to that.
I'm sure in season 4 we're gonna get all the answers to that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I have to admit, like the work that Chaos Theory is doing is really making Dominion a bit better. A bit better. Like
Mhm.
it supports the multi-scene because it wraps up that side of it. Because in the film it was a bit like left open
Mhm.
and a bit like
It's
okay,
like
random character, random sort of situation, and then we're gone. Whereas the context that we're giving in this makes it more I'm forgetting the word, but more like within the movie. Like
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it feels like more of, but yeah, yeah. Did that make sense?
or
Yeah.
the simple answer, Dotson cut the budget for security and spent it on food.
Hey, boy's gonna eat.
Okay, yeah, Pyroraptor time because Atrociraptors it kind of ties the thing with the Atrociraptors is just ties in with the characters, so there's really not
Mhm.
much else to say as we've basically said everything there is. But Pyroraptor, I'm gonna go first because I have a lot to say, and I think it's pretty much the same as everyone else's, where it's like Pyroraptor, the story, marketing led everyone to believe it was gonna be a big thing in the movie, and then it was in the movie, and it just didn't. Its scene was irrelevant to the plot, but in Chaos Theory, they fix everything.
Yeah.
They do everything. It just does everything right. Like the build up to it, the way they don't show it right away,
Oh my
and then when
god.
it yeah,
Yeah.
Orca, say your bit because I remember when you were reacting, you were talking about how good the intro was
Yeah,
of the
it was so
Pyroraptor.
good. I can't remember it specifically now.
It's like it was in an alleyway, and then we just got Smoothie going.
And you just see the eyes.
Then Dara says, Pyroraptor. And then it rears up and makes a unique call. Wonderfully done. A wonderful
Yeah.
entrance rather than just, oh, comes out from behind a rock.
A thing that I love about this series is that the entrances for a lot of dinosaurs were just fantastic. Like when the Atrociraptors were first introduced, I remember that was it was so good. I think it was the best time. I think it's the best in out of all the Jurassic, them introducing dinosaurs. I can't remember. I have to admit, it has been a very hot minute since I pretty much watched anything else that's Jurassic.
Another thing I like, this is where it ties into Nona, where it's trying to eat Smoothie, but Nona's like, no, bad boy, you stop it, you stop it. And it actually worked. Like, I'm sure that the show's intention was that it was backing up because it knew the Atrociraptors were coming, but
Yeah.
I just want I just like to leave it ambiguous that it was Nona. Nona did that herself. Because I kind of like that. I like that it just makes the Atrociraptor, the Pyroraptor even more unique. Like, the Velociraptors and Atrociraptors, that would not work on them. They would just eat. But the Pyroraptor is like he's probably never seen people before. So he's like, what the hell is that? What the hell are you saying? What does that mean?
It's probably never seen an old person before.
It's not used to this movement, so that's why it backed up. But at the same time, it did eat another person before, so like...
Yeah.
But the same, I just like that because it's like, and then the Atrociraptors just bully it.
Yeah, I have to admit I did really enjoy that scene between the Pyroraptor and the other Atrociraptors. It was just really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Pyroraptor at that point, it did not care about the people at all. It only cared about help. It even looked at them like, "Why are you standing there? Help me! I'm getting mobbed out here."
Like,
Also, my brother pointed out that the new sound of the Pyroraptor, like I thought, oh, they made it sound more like a bird. But then he pointed out, actually, that's elk.
is it? It is. I didn't notice. So, I adore the shot of like when the Pyroraptor is introduced. When you hear it roar. When it like leans up, like you can see the feathers like protrude from the back, making it look like a mad jackal or hyena. Like due to them exaggerating those features in that moment, it really made it stand out to me.
They did the Pyroraptor got so much TLC in this, man.
So
like,
good.
Its behavior's better. It's the way it's used is better. The sounds are better. Everything about it is just better. But for those who, for some reason, miss the swimming, it goes snow diving.
Yeah.
I just want to make at some point I want to make a joke video where we see the Pyroraptor dive into the snow, and then we cut to Kenji and Sammy waiting for it to pop up. Like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, seriously, where is it? And then we just cut to the Pyroraptor. Hang on, it's just like. Give me a second. Be up there soon. What else? Oh yeah, and then it had one more scene. That wasn't even all the scenes. It got way more episodes than I realized it would.
Yeah.
It was very highlighted in this season.
Like twice, it just harasses the same car.
I loved the moment where like the Pyroraptor's like moving around the car, trying to look into the windows to see Sammy, Kenji, and Gina. And like there's a shot where like the Pyroraptor it's just it's in complete silhouette. It's from inside the car and it's just staring into the camera. It's wonderful.
Oh yeah. Also, this is kind of an in-joke for myself, but like, for anyone who's watched Bug's Life, basically, when it eats the grasshopper, it's just the whole time I'm watching that, I'm like, oh, I'm just thinking of that scene where Hopper gets killed by the bird. It's basically the same thing. It's like, oh, is this another one of your tricks? Hello, girls, and the Pyroraptor just eats him. Ah!
I do have to admit, there was a couple of times in this season where it felt like there was a bit of a diss on Dominion. One with the Pyroraptor eating the locust. I feel like that was a pretty funny metaphor. We've just haven't talked about Smoothie.
We were just
Oh, that's
about
right.
to.
Smoothie's next.
Yeah.
Like the egg
I just-
hatched, we thought it was gonna be Speckles.
Yeah, we did.
Thank Tank. It was not Speckles. And thank Tank even more that it's purple.
He's so cute.
The prophecy has come true.
It has.
So cute.
What was it? What was it? Season 1 where we said like the season 1 review or podcast where we started theorizing what are the chances the thing is going to be purple? I believe
like-
those were my exact words.
Like, it's not the right shade of purple, but it's a purple.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, like, when I saw the egg, I did think this was just gonna be another, like, it's just Baby Bumpy, Beta, Dolores, that sort of thing. It's just gonna be like that. I'm getting tired of this trope. But when I see Smoothie and finding out it's not Speckles and just seeing him act and whatnot, I just, it just melted my heart. I couldn't. I just have to accept this one.
The hat.
He is the cutest thing. There is the scene where like he's exploring the market, and he just and at the end he just picks up like this vegetable with his whole mouth, and he has his head leaning back like this.
Like this.
As he-
Yeah. Wonderful thing.
Great.
It's just, and then it's just, there's just words cannot describe how happy this thing makes me.
Hmm.
It's just the perfect being. It's like that the perfect being does not exist, and you just show this.
But
The family, and I just can't get over. I just feel like he's tailor made for us. As
Yeah.
the prophecy is just come true. We keep joking about how Bumpy is the adoptive daughter of Tank, and then she literally gives birth to a purple Ankylosaurus. It's just too perfect. This season is just tailor made for us.
Smoothie.
Ah,
It was so
I-
good.
yeah.
And then, how the only issue though, Mama, not back at Sammy's ranch. Mama is at Biosyn.
Is this where all the Manticore dinosaurs are gonna go now? Is every named dinosaur just in Manticore? I mean, sorry, Biosyn.
Maybe because on the pictures, they might have used a render of Toro, but the thing I can't get over is that like they put like animated characters over a realistic background. Like I've used some of those backgrounds before. Like I've used some of those exact backgrounds, and like wow. The only thing as fake as those pictures are those dire wolves. But like, come on, man. You couldn't put them into animated backgrounds. That reminds me. If there is just a photorealistic picture of a bird in Gina's room, there's just straight up just a real picture of a real bird in her room.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I was too busy seething at the beach.
Speaking of that room, I just gonna say right now, while they were looking at the book, they name dropped certain dinosaurs, which means those could be viable for toys someday.
Maybe, but
which ones?
Ben did mention possibly a Utyrannus, even though a Utyrannus wasn't on the page.
I know. Yeah, that's kind of a nitpicky thing though. It's like she
Yeah.
turned the page to like a Microraptor or something, and then they
Mhm.
just go on talking about everything except Microraptor. And even
Mhm.
then, only one of those could be a likely candidate for denting the roof of the car.
I don't think a Utyrannus can because it'll break the car.
Okay. But then that means no candidates are left, because how are Anchiornis and Sinornithosaurus going to dent a car? Do you know how big Sinornithosaurus is? It's not even turkey-sized. It's smaller.
It can believe in itself.
Believe. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true.
It has the power of friendship.
It brought its friends, and they all just jump on the car until it makes a dent.
It's just being jumped by like a group of like microraptors.
The solution to the problem is easy. You just grab them, hold them gently like a burger.
Old
Okay.
microraptor like burger.
Butter cutter. I hold my cutter.
Uh,
Butter cutter. I eat butter cutter.
The other ones are mostly just Dominion plugins. There are some other ones that weren't in Dominion, like other unique ones to this season, but like I just want to talk about the Dominion plugins because like I like that they're there. That they like the Lystrosaurus, they made. I was worried he was going to be too animated, and he did move around a lot more, but they handled him nicely. He was still slow moving,
He's a
very,
demon.
very yes, exactly, just like. And then the way I think it basically counts as, it's not technically a deleted scene because everyone knows about it. It's in the extended cut and whatnot. But like, they still keep that for us, that same principle, and just let it do things.
I just realized. In the season, Leonard kills a compy. Leonard has a higher body count than the Giga.
I have no words. I'm just speechless. This little guy has more casualties than what was supposed to be the biggest bad of the Jurassic franchise.
No, that was Indominus from the start, to be honest.
That's true. But like the Giga,
The thing destroyed
the
an entire
Gigas,
island.
my file case for the Giga's innocence just grows bigger every day.
And somehow, and Chaos Fury interpreted that as like every single dinosaur in there escapes. Like tons of herbivores escape. Go on.
I will also admit that I'm not sure how that happened. Because, like, again, like you said, we only see Rain release 2 dinosaurs. So unless something's going on that we just didn't realize, then it's just kind of weird how every dinosaur decided, okay, I'm gonna step out now.
Mm-hmm.
With the hang on, well,
It's actually-
I was thinking that the police was sort of getting involved, but that actually never happened. Because
this kind of.
the evidence.
I'm not gonna lie. If anything, this is more of a nitpick, because what matters is that the show gives us a really exciting, dramatic climax. That's really what matters here. That's what matters to the story and to the characters and to the structure. Like that works great here. Like it's just a bit of a nitpick due to the differences between the movie and the show. It's not really that big of an issue.
You want me to? I could nitpick. I could. Oh my gosh, my echo.
To be fair though, in the movie we could have probably only just seen the carnivores. They could have been the first ones to be released, and then the others were slowly released afterwards.
Like, I could take the nitpicks. Oh my gosh, I keep trying to talk, but my voice keeps showing up on Indominus' side, and it distracts me.
It's not.
Wow.
It's not me interrupting you anymore. It's yourself.
I know. It's like everyone interrupts me, including myself. Okay, so the I could nitpick even more because there's just a lot of differences compared to like the dinosaur cast. Because like again, a lot of the juveniles, we don't get any juvenile Carnos or Allos, or again the one-armed berry like we were hoping for. I can understand why they would have to model new things just for these scenes. So like, why model new dinosaurs that are just going to show up in the background when we can use assets we already have, like Pachyrhinosaurus and Nazutoceratops, to stampede around. So, but then, the one that really gets me, the one that I'm really bothered about, is the Carno.
Yeah, it's demon.
But like, is it really demon?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the. Does it have the right colors?
Yeah, and it has a horn too.
Yeah, it has the horn, but the way maybe it's just I know when I keep squinting at it, I keep trying to see if that is demon's colors, but the way the lighting works, because the way demon's colored, he's like very black with orange patterns going down. But it's so hard to see that in Chaos Theory. He really does look like a very relatively vanilla-esque Carno.
He looked very different to me.
Then again, your memory proves your memory's not the best, isn't it?
Yes, and you're not the best of colors, are you?
Touche. The aloe, at some point, my brother and I were looking back at the aloe, seeing how its life kind of sucks. Like, if it's the same aloe, let's see. It starts out like trying to hunt a baby Nazuto, but then can't because, you know, Nazuto's. Then it tries to go after a human baby, and it gets a face full of foam and an arrow to the eye. Then things get worse for it, because like it gets framed for murder.
Yes.
Like Darius is chasing after this thing, and he's like, "I was framed. You got the wrong guy." No, I'm serious. It wasn't me. Ghost did it. And then Darius releases it, and in its one time to shine, Big Edie just chucks it around.
Yeah.
Absolutely bullies it. And then, now we know, it gets caged up again, shipped all the way to Malta, and then the Carno flips it over. Demon
Fella.
This poor Allosaurus cannot catch a break. No wonder it took its frustration. It took its frustration out on that Ceratosaurus.
It's been through so much. Also, I just realized we finally have a Allosaurus beating the shit out of Cerato.
Just
as it was foretold, as it's meant to be.
speaking of Ceratosauruses, he just looked. Yeah, not much else. Baryonyx was there too. Also, same thing as Cerato, just ate some bugs.
This is gonna sound so weird, but like, is it just me, or did the Baryonyx just look really good in that scene? Like
It did. It looked really good.
Like, it might be because of the wings of locusts. It ended up replicating like the lighting of like a swimming pool, where like you have a lot of light like going through the water and creating very distinct waves through the lights. Like, it very much looked like I forget the actual word for it. Is it like acoustics of the water? The ripples, the light rippling off the surface. I forget the actual.
It sounded like you almost said the autistic slur.
Shut it. But like, you throw me off now. But like,
Sorry.
but like, yeah, the Barry looked really pretty.
And guess
Angus.
what? It didn't die.
That's true.
It lived. We have a Barry in the show that doesn't die for once.
Oh my god.
Impossible.
Yeah. The boy who lived. Or the girl who lived.
The one that got away.
Is it actually that's the thing. Are all dinosaurs girls still?
I don't think
No.
so. Actually, wait, I remember something I wanted to say about the Malta scene. Something, it opened my eyes to another herbivore trope. There could be like an open field with just like one obstacle in the way. Now, the dinosaur has the option in this wide space to just run all the way across and pass whatever is in the way. However, I noticed that the herbivores or any dinosaur will almost always choose to do this.
Well, yeah, because you have to spark drama.
But it's like at the same time, it's like when the Nublar 3 and Dobby are in the van, there's just constantly things bumping into the van, and I'm just like, if I was in that scene, I would probably stick up my head out the window and yell at the nearest dinosaur, say, "Excuse me, it is a wide open road. You have oodles of space. Why are you running into my truck?" Why is every single dinosaur purposely going straight for the van?
I really liked how before we got to the van, he was even contemplating like nicking somebody's car, but then like a Stiggy comes out of nowhere and just bangs into it.
Yes. Quick, quick, to the Batmobile! Stiggy Moloch attack.
It did something.
Oh yeah, someone in my Discord server actually said that. Like, they said, no spoilers, but Stiggy does something. And that just made me happy because it's like, oh, that was back when I had Fallen Kingdom in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Just another one of those videos that I made a long time ago that I really enjoyed, but is no longer existent because YouTube sucks.
Was that one lost?
Yeah. Lost the time.
Oh, that's a shame. I really liked that one.
Me too. There were so many funny jokes. And it established the Stiggy's personality.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Rip.
Can't dwell on what we lose in the past. We can only look forward to the future and just imagine what I'm gonna do in Jurassic World in a nutshell for its 10th anniversary.
Or Jurassic World Rebirth in a nutshell.
Yeah, whichever comes first.
Yeah.
Depends on how many toys I get.
If you haven't got anything else to say, maybe like what are we expecting for the future for the next season?
Iosin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not expecting any more brand new dinosaurs.
It's just gonna be more Dominion carryovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, although I'm hoping that because we've had the Pyroraptor highlighted, I'm hoping we maybe can get the Giga, of course, but also the
Farah?
yeah, the Therizinosaurus more highlighted as well.
I want
the
I want
Dreadnoughtus.
Quetzal. Oh yeah. So Dreadnoughtus and Quetzal.
I wonder if they're going to do anything with like the Iguanodon or the Moros and Trapidus. Because
basically, I want all the Dominion dinosaurs to show up, but I know it's highly unlikely they're going to give us all of them. And I feel like Iguanodon and Moros are like the two candidates for, well, we can axe them.
Mm-hmm. I just realized we didn't get Oviraptor, did we?
No, we did not. Oviraptor is still deleted. It's still void to the deleted scenes. So like I can definitely see them adding Giga and Theri and Quetzal 100%. I can see them doing so much with those guys. However, Dreadnoughtus and Iguanodon are just gonna be like, you know, herbivore, friendly, background dinosaur. So I can see them just not bothering to model those guys and just give us Brachiosaurus and Parasaurolophus instead. And possibly Dimetrodon.
I completely forgot about Dimetrodon. There's Dilophosaurus too.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Dimetrodon.
that's kind of a given since they have the model.
Yeah.
It's not the exact same. It's not the Dominion Dillo, but they'll just use whatever Dillo they have.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope we see more of the Dimetrodon because that was cool.
Yeah. Especially since it looked like they acted that the Dimetrodon's cave was looked like a sacrifice pit. Like I wouldn't be surprised if a few rogue employees got tossed in there.
Oh, there was an accident at work. I'm so sorry for your loss.
One thing I will say about the Giga, if they actually include it in the which they will, of course.
Yeah.
Will they actually let it? Like, I'm kind of like excited, but also like a little bit nervous about it because like I'm kind of enjoying this like thing where Giga is like a the most tragic dinosaur in the franchise. Portray like it's like it doesn't kill anyone. It's just like a dude. It's a dinosaur existing, living life, and then it just gets killed, which just amplifies the tragedy-esque sort of thing. But then this season could potentially go two ways. Either they carry that over and the Giga continues to not kill anyone, amplifying the tragedy of it, or they could actually let it kill things and then it just makes the Giga. I don't know what to think after that. My entire file to save the Giga will be ruined by that.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I really, really hope it was the first one and it's just still like a peaceful giant.
Mm-hmm.
That would just be so funny.
Can you imagine a scene where they come across like there's like it's Giga, the biggest carnivore in the world, and then it just goes to sleep. It just stares at them and then just goes to sleep. It doesn't care.
Imagine what the scenes for Farah are going to be like. Like, imagine, like, picture what they did with the Power Raptor, and apply that to the Farah.
Oh,
They
it
could
would be
do-
really good. I was gonna say I was hoping that the Thera would like fight more things, like maybe like between like a T-Rex or a
Oh, hang on.
or a
That just something
pterodon.
clicked. Something clicked for me. What if this season they actually give like the Giga and the Thera have a confrontation here, and then it gives a little more substance to why the Thera attacks the Giga later on.
Maybe.
There you go.
And like theoretically, we could have the Farah still square off against a T-Rex that just isn't Rexy, because
Oh, that
because if they recaptured the Aloe, they could recapture Big E, or was it Little E?
big.
Right. They could have recaptured her, and Pharaoh could face off against her, or potentially could bring in the Dome the Buck.
Yeah, I do have a question. Manticore Island, was it ever confirmed what happened to it? Like, I know the business side went under, but the actual animals on the island, I know, and again, Bumpy went to the mainland.
No, because it does seem like that is going. It does seem like that is a mystery in the show, because Darius asks, "Where did all these dinosaurs come from? Where did you come from?" While talking to Big E. Like, it's a question that the show has asked. It's just at this point, it hasn't been acknowledged for 2 seasons. It's just a question if they will answer it.
So, Spinosaurus.
I hope not.
Me neither. I don't want to let him again. Retirement.
Let him rest.
Let him sleep.
Hmm.
Not permanently,
I
but
saw,
let him
I-
sleep.
I saw both of your faces flinched. I saw both of your faces flinched as soon as I said Spinosaurus. It was so great.
Let him sleep. Let him
Mhm.
rest. Stop spreading these rumors that he's coming back. Stop saying confirmed for Rebirth, confirmed for Dominion, confirmed for Chaos Theory, confirmed for Jurassic Galaxy, confirmed for Carnivorous Conversations. Actually, that one might be true.
Let him earn the royalties off the Hand Collection toy and let him sleep.
I do have a question though. There were confirmed other T-Rexes at Biosyn
Yeah,
from
Fucking
the ending
dope.
of Dominion. Oh yeah, it
It's
was
just-
Buck and
go
Doe
on.
from. Okay, sorry.
I feel like
Just-
I would. It's like it's kind of complicated though because this is one season. We have Rexy and Biosyn, so that's a given. But then we also have the Buck and Doe. I feel like they should definitely include them in this season because them just appearing at the end is just like that's just fan service. That's literally all it is. They're it's just another case of, hey, remember this thing you liked when you were younger? Here it is again. There's no reason for it to be here, but you like it, so here it is.
Wow, actually, I would say it does give quite a nice ending to Rexy. Because Rexy has been a solo T-Rex her entire life. And it does give her quite a nice ending for her to finally have a group of other dinosaurs, of other T-Rexes. With the Buck and the Doe. So, like, I would argue that at the end, while yeah, it is nostalgia, its primary purpose is how it finishes Rexy.
Yeah, I agree.
But then this also leads to another point where if Big Edie is also in Biosyn, and if we also consider that Little Edie could be here as well, that's 5 T-Rexes in Biosyn.
Yeah. That
5
ecosystem is fucked.
Well, it would be because it's
Maybe-
probably like 90%.
Maybe it was better for
carnivores.
Dawson to burn it all down.
What about the raptors? What about raptors?
Well-
Hang on.
Well, we did see Velociraptors in Malta. Which is very surprising to me.
Oh yeah, we did.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, seeing them felt a bit odd. But, like, they did mention that the Fat Belson has more Trossoraptors. We could see more.
So now we're gonna have green, yellow, orange, purple guy.
Blue. Oh, wait, no.
Is that the part of 87?
What are the primary colors? Red, blue, green. It'll be green.
Are we talking about the light spectrum or like actual paints?
Well,
Because the
already-
primary
we-
colors
we
change
are-
depending on it.
Yeah, I know. But like we already have red and blue, so it'll be working with the light spectrum. So we're missing green. Brooklyn has green hair.
It's blue.
Here we go again.
Why are you blind? It's blue. It's cyan.
Yeah, I've always associated with blue.
Shh. Just hue.
What
just
if-
Either
shift
way.
it. Just hue shift it slightly.
What if
There
we
you
got
go.
all of these raptors, we fused them together, and we got the rainbow raptor? We get the gay raptor.
We get the autism gay raptor. By the way, it's not in a pack. It's just on its own.
The captor.
I'm just trying to think. Because like when you said green raptor, I remember an old Atrociraptor toy, like maybe last year, where they made a danger pack Atrociraptor. It was green and it had quills on its head.
It was green?
Yeah, it was green.
I remember it being yellow.
Well, it had yellowish patterns, but it was mostly green.
Alright.
Either way, when you said maybe, who knows? Maybe that they took that toy too literally and made that the next raptor.
Oh my god. No, that's what I call a game theory.
What other, or unless if we want to stick with the theme of the other Atrociraptors, like of course we have Red. Do they ever say Ghost, Panthera, and Tiger's names? Ever?
Maybe Ghost.
I'm just thinking about the names. Like, if we're going with Tiger and Panthera's theming, we could potentially get Lion, Tigress, Leopard, Cheetah, Bobcat, Link.
Lynx.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Link and Lynx, both of them. Serval, Caracal,
Persian.
Meowth.
Berserker.
Lightbird.
Toothless.
Hookfang.
Toro.
No, that one's taken.
Is this a say what you think next game?
Okay, let me look at some of my VHS tapes I see above me. Hercules, Anastasia, Aladdin, Peter Pan, Bambi. Oh no, that's Balto. How'd I mix those two up?
How?
Oh, there's Alice, Thumbelina, Tarzan, and Jane, Mulan,
We better stop him.
the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's gonna be a whole lab of them, and then Darius is gonna be like, blow them up. Blow them sky high.
Cool.
The lab explodes with all the Atrociraptors and all the handler clones inside, and then Darius and Brooklyn walk out and they fist bump with sunglasses, not even looking back at the explosion.
Blue.
Yeah, that's it.
We also
I think
see
we've
Blue.
exhausted all topics.
Thank God, because we have been recording for 3 hours and we're 20 minutes away from midnight.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
I have to edit a 3 hours of worth of footage.
Have fun.
On my channel.
Either way, let's just final thoughts on season 3. I'll go first for once. I absolutely loved it. It is peak everything. It is just everything I want from a Jurassic anything. It has the action, the suspense, the tension of the different dinosaurs I want. It really made me like I've already was a fan of Ghost, but it made me like it even more. It made me actually give a dang about the Pyroraptor, which before this I always saw as like the marketing guy, but now he's risen up there as one of my favorites. I mean, probably not my absolute favorite, but like it's just great. Everything about the season, anything I didn't like was just a small nitpick that doesn't break the flow of the show. So like, yeah, absolutely love it. I'm probably gonna watch this a lot afterwards when Lent is over. Indominus.
I thought the show was very good. And it stood up very well on a second watch. If anything, I think the show improved on second watch for me. It does some great character work. And of course, as always, the dinosaurs are brilliant. Really good season. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Orca?
So, remember Ben at the last episode when he shot all the dinosaurs to save the day?
Mhm.
He was so f***ing hot in that moment.
I'll be fully honest. I'm so surprised you weren't thirsting over him in the first shot of the show. I mean, of the season.
Of the season.
Yeah, because like I saw him in that shot and went like, oh, that shot is made for Orca.
I'll need to have a look. I may have missed it. I got homework to do.
Oh,
And it's gonna go in your homework folder.
so Indominus, any last words?
This season is so good. I'm so happy for that I got to watch it straight away. And I'm so happy I didn't have to wait 3 extra days to watch it. Just how silly would that be?
I edited a 3-hour video for your channel for free, and this is how you repay me? Yes.
Orca, any last words?
Ben needs to dump his girlfriend now, immediately.
And don't forget that on Zane Reborn's channel, you can watch a bunch of 80th anniversary Thomas videos. He's got something crazy planned, I can promise you that.
And it's
That's
there.
the end. Subscribe!